Timing.
Late run into the box.
Matt, are you going to be okay?
Wasn't picked up by anybody.
Okay, we'll kick off. Adrian.
Mikel, can I just go back to Tomiyasu quickly, because he's obviously been out for a while. What was kind of going on there? And he did obviously come back against Liverpool, did he? Was that a little bit early?
Yeah, he had a calf injury, and after that he had a really quick recovery. We blamed maybe too quick. I don't know. He had a recurrent injury there, and then he felt it again one day when he was back in training with us. So, yeah, disappointment, because he's been really consistent. He played a lot of minutes. He played quality minutes, and he had a good contribution in the team. And unfortunately, now we cannot use him. So it's good that to have someone like Cedric that, when we had to use him, he was ready, because he's a great professional and he's performing well for the team.
How long do you anticipate it's going to be before you can see Tomiyasu back?
I don't know. Now he needs to be consistently training for a period that we can minimize the risk of having another recurrent injury in the same muscle, because then it will be something to worry about, and we have to stay away from that.
Can I ask you about Thomas Partey? You got your player of the month this week amid some good competition with Bukayo and Martin Odegaard, which I guess in itself is an indication of the level that he's been playing at recently.
Yes, and it's what he can do, and he should be with those contenders, because the ability that he has is up there with the best in the team. But now he needs to show consistently that he can do that. We're trying to adapt the game a little bit, and some of the things that we've done is to try to adapt the game for him to be able to be more decisive in games, to create more space for him, and I think he's taking that well.
Is that move that you were just talking about with Arts, with Granit Xhaka, and how you...
It's the work that we do in training to try to facilitate to players to exploit their qualities as much as possible.
He's obviously a big player, a big signing. Are we now seeing, or have we seen more recently, the standard that he can hit and the influence he can have on the team?
Absolutely, and that's why we decided to sign him. But everything takes some time. I think we have to recognize that he had a lot of injuries as well in a period where he didn't get any consistency in terms of minute and match exposure, and he needs to adapt to a completely different game model that he used to be. And now I think in a really good place.
I'll just ask you a couple more about the team. You're speaking about consistency, getting those sort of results and victories in a run. Arsenal under you have actually been quite good at putting some of those runs together and sort of making progress in the league table. Consistency has been an issue for some of the teams in and around you, but I wondered, along with the quality of players that you've got, what's been key to that, when you've been on those runs, your players having the right sort of attitude and mentality to string together those consecutive runs of results?
First of all, I think that obviously when you can repeat a team more frequently, the understanding of them or between them gets stronger and stronger. Then you add the confidence factor, because you are winning, you are feeling free, you are feeling like you can do in the pitch what you are entitled to do. I think it's a mixture that brings better performances, and at the end it's how you win football matches.
I wonder that might lead on to my next question, or be connected to it. I know earlier on in the season you said you miss almost not being in Europe, but when you look at the position you've got yourself into now, some of the things you've been able to do with the squad because you've needed less players, has there been some kind of benefit to not being in Europe? Can you kind of look at that now maybe?
What we have tried to do is to try to maximize the periods that we have between matches. Whether it's better or not, I don't know. I think the fact that you play every 3 days and you are in a competitive mode, if you have a squad that is large enough and you've got enough quality and depth to sustain that, if you ask me what I prefer to play every 3 or 4 days. But we have to maximize what the opportunity that we have this season to have more time here at Coney to train.
Mikel, you've won FA Cups here with Arsenal. Given it's been so long, is finishing fourth this season more important than any of that?
Well, I think playing in European competitions for this club is a must, and this is what we are trying to do, and everything that we plan and do is to get as quick as possible around the top teams in this competition, and that's the first step.
Arsene Wenger likened finishing in the top four to being a trophy in itself. Was laughed at a little bit at that, but it's kind of hammered home.
Well, with the experience that Arsene had and understanding the game like he did, he was very aware, and probably he anticipated that, because you could see that after that a lot of teams, they don't play Champions League. They're supposed to play Champions League every season, so I don't think it's something that you can laugh because wherever he said something, he made many times a lot of sense, or most of the times.
I mean, are you having to rebuild that sense at the club that you're a regular Champions League side, or you have that feel of that?
I don't understand this club in a different way, and not only that, I don't understand this club or preparing or planning to achieve something that is not being the best team in this country, and nobody's going to convince me to that. The thing is how we're going to do it, and how long it's going to take.
You say you've never, but so many of your players haven't tasted Champions League football with the club. Do they still?
That should be the motivation then. That's the motivation should be to play in that competition, to experience it, to push yourself against the best players in Europe, and do it consistently, and that's the challenge.
Okay, so that's 10:30 tonight. We'll go 10:30 Saturday with Tom.
Mikel,